April 22nd, 2015, from Full Sail University in Orlando, Florida, was WWE's NXT on the WWE Network, and we had a triple threat match for the number one contender for the Women's Championship, and it was Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch versus Bayley. And this was a good match. It was all back and forth. Charlotte looked like she was in control early on, and then Lynch took over. Becky Lynch started working Bayley's knee over, but then Bayley made a little comeback. She turned the tide, and she hit Lynch with a shoulder block in the corner, but then Lynch ended up countering with a roll-up, and then Flair ended up breaking it up. And Flair actually, she hit her with the natural selection, and she covered her for the pin, but Bayley broke it up. And then Charlotte turned her attention to Bayley. She put her up on the top rope, but then Becky Lynch came over. She grabbed Charlotte, tossed her aside, and then she went up to the top rope, and she attempted to superplex Bayley, but then Charlotte came over. She grabbed Becky Lynch. She picked her up like she was going to powerbomb her, but Becky Lynch was trying to reverse. She was trying to fight her off, and then Bayley launched herself off the top rope, clotheslined her, while Charlotte Flair simultaneously powerbombed Becky Lynch. It was like a clothesline powerbomb. It was awesome. Then Bayley, she took advantage of the situation to suplex Charlotte, and then she hit Becky Lynch with a belly-to-belly. She went for the pin. It looked like Bayley would win, but Charlotte breaks it up, and then Charlotte Flair puts Bayley in the figure four. Remember, earlier in the match, Bayley's knee was worked over by Becky Lynch, but Bayley manages to get to the rope, and the ref breaks it up, even though it's a triple threat match. But Charlotte grabs Bayley, puts her in the center of the ring, and gets her in the figure eight, which is the figure four, but with extra pressure put on from the arch of Charlotte Flair, and she had him right there. She had Bayley ready to submit, but then Becky Lynch crawls on top of Bayley, and her shoulders are down on the mat. 1, 2, 3. Becky Lynch steals the pin and the win from Charlotte Flair over Bayley, and Charlotte had her ready to submit, but Bayley ends up being pinned to the mat, and Becky Lynch is the number one contender for the Women's Championship, which is currently held by Sasha Banks. So those two are going to be going at it very soon. We'll definitely bring you coverage of that. But right here, what a great match. And this is a reason why NXT is, in many people's opinions, even better than Raw. Just right here is a great example. Seeing some excellent action from the women's, and they're not divas, they are women. They are women wrestlers, and they can wrestle. All three of these women putting on a tremendous match, very competitive, back and forth all around, just some great spots, and it was just really well put together. Had a storyline, even with the whole thing with working over the knee and then going into the figure four to the figure eight, and then Becky Lynch somehow, someway pulls off the win as she managed to crawl on top of Bayley after having been hit with that big power bomb, like clothesline, and the belly to belly from Bayley. So really good match, definitely very exciting and entertaining, and definitely looking forward to seeing Becky Lynch go against Sasha Banks. But you know, Bayley and Charlotte Flair are also going to be gunning for that title as well, as they're both going to be looking to get into the win column and moving their way back up the ranks. But as for now, Becky Lynch is the number one contender for Sasha Banks' belt. And of course, we got more things happening with the women too. Dana Brooks, she did a promo before this match. She's saying that she's bringing the women's division into a new era. So we're going to be seeing things heat up, and they're already hot. I mean, the women in NXT are some of the best wrestlers in the world. So definitely stay tuned for that. I know I'll be watching. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Let me know what you think of this match. You know, do you like that Becky Lynch won? Are you mad that Charlotte didn't win? Are you a Bayley fan? Let me know. Also, let me know what you think about Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks. What do you think is going to happen with that matchup? Definitely interested to read your thoughts and opinions. Thank you very much for listening. It is appreciated.